this all start? I guess the starting point was when I went to my second kid, Luke, who's 16, and asked him, hey, I want to do something with you. I don't think we have anything that we're connecting with. What can we do together? To which he responded, no thanks, I don't have time. Then a few days later, though, he responded with, hey, I think we should do a car and rebuild a car together. And something he likes, something I like, and we've never done it before. So we thought, you know what, let's give it a try. And coupled with that, it's kind of a God thing. We're a family of faith, if you're watching this. I had a friend of mine who I just met, who restores cars, and he was telling me all about it, what he did with his kids. I had another friend of mine, Neil, who restored a Camaro with each of his kids and thought it was one of the highlights of their growing up. And I thought, you know what, this will be fun. And instead of it just doing it with the one kid, though, we decided to all three boys do it. So Mason, who's my oldest, 19 now, Luke, who's my second, 16, and Dane, 14. And so we started looking for cars. And we had a budget of about, I don't know, $4,000 or something along those lines. And so we started looking and ended up deciding to look for a muscle car to restore. We talked about doing a sports car type of thing, but ended up thinking, you know, let's do a classic. So of course, the first thing that pops to my mind is the good old muscle car of the Trans Am, Pontiac Trans Am. So I found a couple. So looking on the website, you know, I'm on Facebook here, and this is where I started to look and found some, like here's a gold one that was pretty cool, but it's $19,000 and it's not done yet. So then you're like, okay, here's another one and it's not done yet, and they want quite a bit of money for that too. That one's a trade, so it's not really that number, but it's a lot of money. And then there's a Firebird here. It's a 76 for $6,500. Okay, that's a little bit more. We wanted to spend $4,000, and so then you keep looking. We want the classic. Here's a classic right here, 73. That's pretty cool looking. And then here's that same one there that's 15. And again, just kept looking, and you could see all kinds of different ideas here. And maybe we'll do another car and do a Corvette too, because there's a lot of Corvettes for sale. And the problem with that is that, you know, hard to get rid of maybe. But then we found this ad here, and there's the first picture was this one here, the back of the car. Pretty sweet looking, lots of memories, and I'll put in a Smoky and the Bandit video so you can see why we would pick this car. And then of course we've got the side view here. This one they put side pipes on it, so we weren't sure about that. And then it's got a different hood on it, you can see here too. But it does have the fastback on it. It's got some Krager wheels instead of the stock wheels, which we thought were cooler than the stock Firebird wheels. But it's a basic Firebird, and we looked at it, and it was $4,500, $4,900. And I talked to the guy on the phone, super knows a lot about cars. He was going to restore it, got it from somebody. It had been sitting in their garage for a while, and what they had done was you can see the paint's been redone, and it's in pretty decent shape. Like there's a little bit of nicks here and there, but mostly it is sanded, primed, and ready for paint. The interior, which we'll show you later, is not so great, but there's a lot of good stuff with it. And then you can see also, click on the motor here, a lot of dirt around the motor, and it had not been run in a very, very long time. In fact, I don't know when the last time I was running this, but they did put a RV cam in it, and they had a aftermarket fuel intake in it, and so it's a 350. And so anyway, there you go. That's kind of what we were looking at for the car, and we ended up going and we bought it. My buddy Chad Pearson had a Firebird growing up, so I called him and got his opinion on, and he was super stoked for us, and he has so many ideas. Looking forward to doing this build. But as we transition here, I promised that we would give you some Smoky and the Bandit. So without further ado, the highlights from Smoky and the Bandit.
Let's haul ass. Okay.
Does this thing move?
Oh, yeah. Smoky.
Smoky.
Bandit, where the hell are you?
I'll be back on the highway in a second.
All right, good buddy. I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Let's just see what he's got under the hood.
Bye-bye, baby.
I don't even have a handle!
You want a handle? Okay, I'll think one up for you. Just a minute here. Let's see. Oh, I got one for you.
What?
Just give me a minute here. That's not good. And that's worse.
Why don't you just drop me off here? I'll catch a cab.
Too late now.
I want to jump something else! I want to jump a house! I want to jump something!
Well, jump me.
You ready, Roy?
I was born ready.
Don't you stay there. Let's go get him.
Want to do a little pond hopping, Frog?
Swell.
Hold on to Fred, son. Here comes the cavalry.
You be careful, you hear? Are you ready?
Ready, willing, and able, Bandit.
Ready and willing. She always was.
Daddy, you're about to have your evening ruined